Hello Libra! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using White Newman, a Sacred Animal Tarot created by Elba BG. Website on the bottom is liminal11.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, and I found the website I was looking for last week. It's the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. Here's the websites I showed last time. Freeze frame and check those out if you're interested. But the one I was looking for was the Colette Baron-Reid website. That's at the end of the paragraph with Colette's picture. There's a couple other websites there. Feel free to check out whatever you're interested in. Just freeze frame and have a good time if you want to. Okay, what do we have for Libra? Libra, what are we, like, we're into it. We're into it. I don't know what that means. What are we into? But we're into it. Ooh, the White Newman. Gemini got the White Newman. That's really, like, that's a beautiful, beautiful card. This thing's going much better than expected. That's almost like getting the outcome that you didn't think you could possibly get, but you've always wanted. You're doing this for somebody else. Doesn't mean you're not going to be a part of it, because you've got the Lovers at the end, too. Okay, you got a lot of good cards going on here. Is this like a Sunshine and Rainbows card? Or a reading? Like, there's a lot good, a lot of good going on here. Okay. Let's just take it with a grain of salt. Just start from the beginning and see what's going on here. So this might be actually the rough part. There's been a block on this situation for quite a while. My question is, have you been trying? I think you. What? Okay, it's a weird energy, but what has Libra been doing with this block this whole time? Because that's confusing me. The Tower card and the Six of Pentacles reversed. So maybe you've been accepting it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think of Libra as accepting things like that, but maybe. Well, if you thought it was for the best, kind of like I'm not going to beat my head against a brick wall. There's no point. There's been a block on this situation for quite a while, and you felt like you were stuck. Maybe you felt like, I've tried to talk to certain people, I try to open conversations, but I get shut down, or they just walk away from me. Because I do feel like people might have been very rude to you over time, and it's kind of like, I just feel like I'm not here to be treated that way. So if that's how they're going to be, then they can be that way, and whatever. I felt stuck for the longest time. I felt blocked, I felt stuck. This is about to change. Exactly how it's changing, take it with a grain of salt. It's a general read. You're not making anything happen. I'm not making anything happen. This is just a card saying, if this is happening, just so you know, this is happening. So I really don't believe by watching these readings you make stuff like this happen. That just happens. Somebody's leaving a situation. There's a problem that's being nullified. And whatever this energy was, something is changing, something is leaving. More than likely it's a person. It might be very abruptly. Completely unexpected, especially with that death card. Nobody has to be passing away. Sometimes with the death card, somebody does pass away. It's possible. That's why I said it's nobody's fault. I don't feel like there's anybody at fault here. You didn't make anything happen. I didn't make anything happen. It's just happening. And I do feel like I feel like Libras are usually very, objective of these things. So I feel like you're fine. You're stepping forward very carefully. And as you keep moving forward, the change is going to happen. It's just going to happen. When it first happened, you have no idea if this is good or not. I don't think you realize how much this is shaking up the system. Whoever left, they are leaving a void. And the whole dynamic of the situation is completely, it's broke. It's like they were a main piece of this situation. And it's left it broke. Your energy coming in seems to be picking up the slack. I don't even think you're trying to. I think you just are. If that makes sense. Kind of like, well, that's not working. That needs to go. So you're just doing I feel like you're just following your natural energy. It just seems to be fine. At this point, everything's okay. What they want you to notice, because you seem to be doing what's right, I feel like you're just doing what's right. To you, it's just like, well, this just needs to happen, so I'm just going to do it. That's falling to the wayside, so I'm not going to let it roll off the table. I see it's going to roll off the table, so I catch it and just put it where it's supposed to be. You just do what you need to do. They're saying, make sure you remember that you're Libra. Remember that you're very perceptive. Remember that you pick up on the nuances. You may have trained yourself to ignore that because you've been ignored for so long, because you've been blocked for so long. When these little things pop up like, oh, that could be, that's something. Oh, that's something. Pay attention to this, Libra. Pay attention to that, Libra. You may have trained yourself to not, because you're like, I'm not going to waste my time. So you might have trained yourself to ignore those things. They want you to reawaken and realize there's a possibility here. Honor your true gifts. Realize, when you're starting it's not my business. Don't do that. Whatever you're seeing, you're like, you're seeing it for a reason. Pay attention a little closer. You don't have to get, knee deep in it right away, but get your toes wet. Get your toes wet a little bit and see what's going on there. Follow your instincts. Follow your instincts a little bit more, because the situation has changed and you're needed here. And this situation, if this plays out the way it looks, could go really, really good for you, especially if it's a situation that has not been very kind to you up to this point, in the sense that you've been blocked. I don't know how brutal it's been, but it just feels like it hasn't been very kind to you up to this point. As you keep moving forward, I keep seeing you helping people. And especially if you follow your true instincts and you get into that situation and you start balancing things out with your normal energy, like this is what Libra does. It's important. You're here for a reason. It's a gift to balance things out. You see things, you create change. Will it always be the right change? No, it's not meant to be. You're human. You're supposed to be human. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be human. And you're doing good with that. In this situation, I feel like this makes me nervous. Like, well, it's not going to be perfect, and they're going to it's like they're going to take me outside, tie me to a pole, and shoot me. And I'm like, I don't want that. It's not going to be that bad here. You're needed here. There's a purpose. You're here. As it keeps going forward, I feel like people are very ironically, and I feel like the reason I'm saying ironic, because in the past they weren't very appreciative, they're going to be very appreciative of you helping. This is supposed to be you, the keeper of the scales. That's you. That's Libra. Libra is the balancer. What does it say there? Fairness, balance. This is Libra all day, all night, in my opinion. This is Libra all day, all night. And people appreciating that in this situation, I don't feel like that's normal. But that's where this is going to go. This is going to get you where you want to be with the situation. This change, which at first you don't think is very significant, you're like, well, yeah, that changed, but so what? That's things are left in a little bit of disarray. You fixing that, putting things where they need to go, being that helpful hand, at least one person, at the very least, one person's going to be like, you know what, Libra made this a lot easier on me. I got to keep Libra closer, and I got to make sure that Libra is treated better. This energy, the Queen of Cups is a complicated energy, in my opinion. She's seen as very warm and loving, and that is a quality she can easily have, yes. She can also be very protective and very biting to the people who tick her off. Especially if people attack people she loves, she can rip them apart. She's extremely strong. She can be very kind and very loving, but she has a couple different sides to her, so she's not simple. She's very complex. This person who appreciates you will protect you, and when they protect you, they could be a little bit brutal about it at times. Not to you, but to people who are coming for you. Keep that in mind for some reason. You've probably already seen that person exhibit those characteristics at times, as it is. The appreciation is really, really, really helpful, but it's more like you're becoming a piece of the situation that keeps it going. You're the piece that was taken out and is missing, that throws everything off. You're becoming that piece. You're going in there and you're doing things the way you feel like they need to be done, and you're very helpful. The White Newman is like you're that gift to people that they didn't think they were going to have. Maybe they didn't realize the gift that you really are in the beginning. The Swan Queen, what is that? Transformation, intuition, and patience. I'm not really feeling intuition here. I don't know what to tell you. And I don't feel like patience is it either, but I feel like this is more about things coming forward that they just didn't see the value of before. Transformation, yes. I can see the transformation coming in here because you might be changing the situation in a way that other people didn't realize they wanted. Maybe in the beginning that's why they kind of ostracized you, because you were having an effect that was creating some change and they didn't think they wanted it, so they blocked you right out. Like, I don't think so, Libra. We don't want those changes here. But now that this has all happened and you're coming in and you're showing how better things can feel, be, exist, they want that. They're like, well, Libra kind of took over a little bit, and you know what? I like it, and I want them to keep doing that. There seems to be like the releasing of a block. I do see like small steps forward, like literally, I think that's what it says here, small steps. But small steps forward. The change is going to happen. I don't think that you're going to see small change. I think you're going to see big change. But they're saying certain people in this situation are dragging their feet to evolve forward, but they will. Keep in mind that those who change slowly will also, if they start regressing, that will also be a slow descent as well. So people who go your favor, and they're slowly inching up and going more your favor over time, but slowly and slowly, if they decide at some point they're not happy with you, that'll also be a slow change downward, which will give you a lot of time to catch it and fix it and hold it, and then try to bring it back up. So people who change slowly, like they don't just ascend slowly, they also descend slowly. So keep that in mind. Those people, once they're on your side and once they're good with you, these same people that once they're good with you, they tend to stay there. Keep that in mind as well. So, because it might be like an annoying process, like why can't they just be nice to me? Why can't they just get over it? It's obnoxious, but once they are on the good, they're going to stay there. It's hard to get them off that. So, it has its benefits. It has its drawbacks, it has its benefits. You know what I mean? This outcome is great. The Lover's card is like passing the test. That's how I look at it sometimes. There could be some more. I feel like this is like camaraderie, things going well. Once you're in that sweet spot, I feel like it just naturally stays there. You're going to see things in this situation that other people don't want to see. Eyes of beauty. You're going to see things here other people don't want to see. This is another intuitive reader thing. I know it says see things with positive expectations and clarity. Clarity. You're going to see things here people don't want to see. I feel like it's natural for Libra to try to put a positive spin to things. I feel like it's natural for y'all. I don't think that's a bad thing. When you're dealing with people who don't want to see what you're showing them, be careful to not make it too positive. In fact, I would warn that you might want to keep things more neutral. Things that they don't want to see, you want them to see them. And maybe keep it more neutral. And if they get a little bit too positive, you might have to balance that out. See where they're going to take it. If they're getting a little too negative, then bring up that positive energy. But, be careful with that. Because you're going to show people things they don't want to see. Start it out neutral. Be very careful with some of it. I feel like this is a natural thing for Libra, but it keeps coming forward. Be very aware of it. Be very, very aware of it. I think that's good because I see good things coming here. The only thing I'm worried about is when people are nice to you, when they're finally treating you positively. And I feel like this happens to everybody. When you're not used to being treated well, and then people treat you well, and you get used to that, you don't want to endanger it. You don't want to jeopardize it. You're here for honesty. You're here for your truth. I don't see you losing it once you have it. I don't see you losing that once you have it. But be careful not to be over-accommodating and over-pleasant. Stay neutral as much as you can. Keep a neutral voice. Keep a neutral... As much as you can, stay neutral. And if people aren't feeling positive, bring it up. And then if people are positive, just make sure it's warranted. And if it's not, make sure you kind of try to smooth it down a little bit. Just so it's more... Libra is balance. You're here for the balance. Just be careful not to get sucked into oh, they finally like me. I want to stay in that spot. Because it can be very addictive, even to the most strong, even to the most intelligent person, where you realize that's not a good thing. It's hard when you're like, oh, but I like being liked and I want to keep being liked. Just be aware of it. You'll be fine. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.